As promised, I'm going to share with you what I create with the recent junk swatch that I received in the mail from my friend from Sweden. If you missed that video, please check it out. It's the one before this one. If you're new here, my name is Ashley Murphy. I'm the friend who encourages you to artistically recognize your leadership in your life, meaning your voice of influence matters. You were made to shine. I'm gathering my supplies here so I can put a light color coat over this journal entry to cover up those bleed throughs from the previous entry. That entry was the one where I was splattering wine across the pages. The black pine wine. If you missed that video, it's a couple back. You can take a look at it. So I had those two bottles of paint and I was trying to determine one was a little bit lighter shade than the other, so I eventually got it figured out which one to use, and so I'm going to smear a light coat across here just to kind of mask that a little bit. My intent is not to cover it completely. I mean, because it's kind of neat and distressed look to let some of that still shine through, but for the overall project I would like for it to be covered up some. So these are makeup sponges that I like to use to smear my paint on with. I paint with those a lot. I paint with those whenever I'm painting custom artwork on canvases, when I'm painting in journals, on just a sheet of paper, anything. I love using the makeup sponges. So I'm going to get that out of the way and get lined up with the Mod Podge that we are going to need here to attach the pieces from the junk swatch from Sweden. And if you remember in the video where I opened that envelope, you saw me collect which ones were my favorite in that batch. And if you kind of notice, there's kind of a color scheme going on. I don't know, all of these that I picked out just really stuck out to me, and I was really in awe of how everything connected and laid so well, and the color scheme was what it was when it turned out. So I'm just going to move these over a little bit so I can have some workspace, but enough that I can still keep that visible to help me know where to lay these in the journal entry. So now that that page is dry, we're going to go ahead and start putting some Mod Podge on the page. Since the journal space is a little bit smaller than the area that I had these laid out on my desktop, I'm having to tweak things a little bit so I can see where everything's going to fit. So that's my process right now. I really want to keep everything where it was. And this seems a little thick there for me whenever I'm putting it in the journal, so I just snip that back flap off just to make it not so thick. So for the most part, I got everything lined up like I did have it whenever it was laying on the desk. But right in this area, I had a little trouble getting the flower swatch over there to fit in. I really was wanting the crease of that little book cover that's got the monkeys and the elephants and stuff on it to fit right in the crease of my journal, because I thought that it would close real well, but it was not fitting. Everything was not fitting if I did do that, so I chose to forego it. And since that book cover is a little thick, I do put as much Mod Podge as I can to, you know, assure that it stays attached long term. I hope you enjoyed seeing this process, this little piece of treasure. See you back next time. Bye.